Hello guys and welcome to another video. This one is a little different. We're flipping through my travel journal that I made for my trip to London and Edinburgh with some friends. We went from Porto, Portugal to London Gatwick, and then we went directly to Tower Bridge, our first stop in the itinerary, and it was awesome. It's really beautiful in person and much bigger than I thought. There it was a man that was constantly saying upstairs to the bridge, and I just made it the focal point on this spread, and I loved this font style. We went for the first time to Five Guys near Sky Garden, and it was more expensive than I thought, but it was good. On our way to Five Guys, we passed through Tower of London, which sadly we couldn't go in there, but then we went to Sky Garden, which we had reservations for, and the view up there was incredible, and we had luck with the weather because it was really sunny. I made a cute spread for all the means of transportation that we used, and to finish our first day, we went to the M&M store near Chinatown and we ate dinner in Camden Town. Our second day was in Edinburgh and I fell in love with the city. We catched a train from the airport to the city. We passed through the Scott Monument and we saw a man playing bagpipes. I think that's what it's called. We went to Old Edinburgh and there you could take a picture with owls and auks. We saw Tolbooth Kirk from outside. And then we went to Edinburgh Castle. There were some museums. The National War Museum was very interesting, and it was fun to learn more about the medieval times and the involvement of Scotland in some wars. Then we went to the part of the prisons, and in exhibition were two wood doors that were carved with some names of the prisoners and dates. I didn't mention in the start, but I used the castle flyers to cut these images, and I also drew all the sketches. Just so you know, the Sky Garden, these Sheins, and the next sketches are my drawings. Then we saw the Honours of Scotland. We couldn't take photos there, so I had to use the flyers again, but the history of these honours is very interesting. And I don't have time to talk about that here, but if you like history, go check it out. Also, if you can't read what I wrote besides the English, is because I always write my thoughts and notes in Portuguese, so I'm sorry for that. After our visit to the castle, we went to St. Giles Cathedral, and it was beautiful inside with all the flags and the stained glass windows, and it was free to visit. In the castle was a dog cemetery for the dogs that died in the war. Some spreads like this are out of order because I forgot to include them in the right spreads. Next, we went to Calton Hill, one of my favorite spots in Edinburgh, and where a photo of my vision board became real. Also, this is a sketch of that same photo. There was the National Monument that looks like the Athens Acropolis, and we could see Holyrood House Palace from afar. And I'm sorry, but I was so proud of the sketches that I had to show you up close. Then our day in Edinburgh was over, and we came back to London for our last day. And after we slept for 2 hours because our flight was delayed, we started the day with St. Paul's Cathedral and then the Millennium Bridge. Of course, we couldn't go to London and not see the Big Ben. That day was a little cloudy and windy, but then the sun appeared and we bought some souvenirs, saw the Big Ben more closely, and passed through Westminster Abbey. We didn't have time to go in any monument, but they were incredible outside as well, so I wasn't too sad about it. We passed under the London Eye, but for the photos we went to the other side of the bridge to catch all its glory. We completely forgot about the famous phone booth that people take photos with Pigma, but it was fine. There was so many people in that area that even if we found it, we wouldn't be in the line for hours just to take a photo. Then we had lunch in this Italian restaurant called Colosseo, amazing carbonara, and we found out that iced tea in London is literally iced tea. I say that because here in Portugal, iced tea is a bit different. After that, we went to see the Buckingham Palace and its gardens. On our way to Chinatown, we passed through the National Gallery and the St. Martin in Fields Church, which I thought was beautiful. I have a thing for all the monuments and buildings. And then we went to the Lego store, which is right in front of the M&M store, and I bought some Legos for myself and my father. Me and my friend made a mission that we would go to a Starbucks in every country that we visit, so we went there and our names were misspelled. So I'm Juliana, Francisca, and Philip, and there we were Julia, Francisa, and Philip. To finish our trip, we went to Chinatown, of course, and had dinner in this Brazilian restaurant called Total Prime. On our way home, we take another picture of Piccadilly Square, but at night. I was a little disappointed with this place, but oh well. And then the next day was time to go home. In the back of the journal, I made a list of what we didn't visit, so maybe one day I can go there again and see it. And then here is some leftovers of the flyers that I had, and that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even if it's a little different than usual. I'm going to make another one of the journals for my trip to Azores and then my trip to Paris. So if you want to see that, comment down below. Also like and subscribe, it helps me a lot. And I see you on the next one. Bye!